Of all the horses I'm previewing at this very early stage for the 2023 1000 Guineas, Midnight Mile is the only horse that I'm backing, and she's a massive price. A nice enough winner on debut at Doncaster over 6 furlongs, doing all her best work at the business end of the race when the penny had dropped. She went off 14 to 1 that day, so clearly not overly fancied in the market. Midnight Mile then had an 83-day midsummer break following that debut win. Then she pitched up in the Group 3 Oh So Sharp Stakes at Newmarket over 7 furlongs in early October. Again, completely unfancied in the market, going off 22 to 1 in a decent enough field of 11. She was off the bridle pretty early in that Newmarket Group 3 at the 3 pole under young O'Sheenor, then had to switch around runners at the 2 pole. She had loads and loads to do at that stage of the race and would have been any price you like in running at the 2 pole. But she did finish with a wet sail between horses and was really strong at the line. Midnight Mile that day looked a rangy filly with a decent enough stride and plenty of potential going forward. And with a name like Midnight Mile, you'd think that Connections would be confident that she stays a mile in time. She's by no nay never, who I do have doubts about producing milers, but she's out of a Galileo mare, who in truth was awful on the track in her racing career, but ran between 10 and 16 furlongs in her 4 starts, suggesting there's plenty of stamina in the pedigree. Richard Fahey only travels good horses in my opinion, so the fact that Midnight Mile went all the way to Keeneland for the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies Turf for her third and final start as a 2-year-old was proof enough to me that this could be a good horse. She got nowhere near beating Meditate over in America, but virtually everything went wrong for Midnight Mile at Keeneland. Drawn wide in a race where, other than the winner, who was clearly at a different level to her rivals, lower draws were certainly performing better. She missed the kick, which is never ideal in American racing, last coming round the bend on the rail inside and went past most of the field when getting a clear run before finishing 4th. A really eye-catching run. I'm not saying Midnight Mile would have beaten Meditate that day. Meditate was really impressive, but should have been closer than 5 lengths away, that is for sure. One is 7 to 1 for the 1000 Guineas in 2023, and one currently is 50 to 1. That 50 to 1 for Midnight Mile for the 1000 Guineas as we speak, I think is just plain wrong. Of course, she hasn't got the form in the book like the market leaders, but that's why she's 50 to 1. She's been campaigned like a good horse by Richard Fahey, unlucky not to be going closer in a Grade 1 on her last start, and that left the impression after Newmarket that she's there much more to come with age, experience and a step up to a mile. So I do like Midnight Mile at 50 to 1, and I think it's worth a 5 or a 10 of your money at this stage.